of balance. What is interesting with this dear one is that this struggle, this challenge, notice we are putting it in quotes, this struggle, this challenge is going to also, is creating an empathy in her, a compassion in her, that she will carry into her adulthood and deal with others, and to be of assistance with others. So, as you see, that perhaps it progresses and becomes a little worse, take heart. Do not go into fear yourself with this, because she is a magnet for this, you see, like a sponge. So she is already feeling this way, and then if you become fearful as well, she is also taking that on, your fear. So it's compounding. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Remain calm. Breathe. Remain calm in the situation. Allow it to progress. She will need some assistance, but you will see some remarkable, beautiful things come from this for her and what she will do for others as a result of her own experiences. Take heart. She's not going to be locked away in the loony bin in her life. She will have to more than likely be removed, put away for a bit. And there's not the way we wish to say it, because that's a fearful way to express it. If in fact it does come to the point where she would need to go to a special facility to deal with this, do not see it as a negative, dear one. See it that she is literally being picked up by angels, taken away, so that she can be tended to and cradled and rebalanced. You also have the ability to help to rebalance in your own breathing. Because if you were to present any of this information to her, there would be eye roll. Not that she's not a believer, but she tends to shut some of that out. But in your own breathing, and this is where your breathing will become important for her, because you all affect one another. In your own breathing, grounding and bringing in calm and peace, and standing just a bit close to her, she will also become a sponge or magnet for that, you understand? So this is a great way in which you can, and each one of you can do this for anyone that you find yourself in a situation with who seems to be full of anxiety or is crazy. Take some deep breaths for yourself, because you will need it first, dealing with this sort of dear one. Stand a little close and see it radiate. Now you cannot force it. Some will not accept it. Most will. Most are ready for that. You do not have to say a word. You can do it without her even. All of you can do it. She's amazing. She will work wonderfully with children. She is very undecided with which she wants to do at the moment, because truly what she wants to do is to be of service. She does not know how to verbalize this. That is questions?
Can you talk about cancer? Why it's so prevalent in our society? Possible cure that ever comes?
There is already a cure. Believing in the cure, truly believing in the cure. But that does not mean that many are not leaving as a result of this. This is, how to say, Adriana, this is a sensitive subject for many of you. When your body becomes, when your thinking, when your emotional field, your etheric field, your physical form, they're all connected. And when one is out of balance, and we are not saying this in a negative way, using this word this phrase out of balance. When one is out of balance, the body goes out of balance, the cells go out of balance. But out of balance means many things. Out of balance means that you are such a being of love that you do not or have not found the tools to deal with the world perhaps that is not full of life, or to deal with situations. Now, this may not be a conscious thought, but more of an emotional thought, an emotional feeling. And so the body creates this. Now, why do some leave and some stay? It is a personal decision. When one leaves, does not mean they do not love you. If anything, it means they love you so much that they leave to assist in a greater, grander way, without the burden or without the heaviness of their body. Do you understand? Your scientists, your medical profession, as much at its disposal, but they are still holding back. As our dear Mark loves to say, there is no money in the cure. There's no money to be made in the cure. They do have it at their disposal. Now, this dear one is very present. Her energy is very present. She is able to assist much more, especially with the little ones that are around her. She is able to assist much more. She felt very limited, you understand, in body. This was no punishment. Whenever anyone that you love leaves through the energy of cancer, it is not a punishment for them, it is not a punishment for you. Whenever anybody leaves, it is not a punishment for any of you. It is not a punishment for them. Sometimes it is just time to leave because they are finished whatever it is they wanted to do in this life, and they're ready to proceed to the next one. Sometimes they leave because energetically this is too much for them. And many have left the planet. You are going to see many more leaving the planet through odd circumstances, or what you would consider odd circumstances. You're already seeing it in your news. And people are leaving, dear ones are leaving in groups. They're not leaving, they're leaving singles here and there. They're leaving in groups, but they are also coming back in waves. Coincidence? No.
So what you're saying, when there's a cure for cancer, we will develop another disease that we have a reason to leave.
Again, dear one.
If we would find a cure for cancer, the human body would need to develop another disease in order to leave.
You leave in all different sorts of creative ways.
Yeah.
So there will always be something. This
Right.
cancer can be like this. Eventually, you will not even have this C word. You will not have the big C. In your lifetime, perhaps not. But eventually, this earth will not see that anymore. Because the time for leaving in that way, for leaving your bodies in that way, will be no more. That is a whole other discussion. But not necessarily seeing it in your lifetime. You will see your medical profession, your modern medicine, come through with different, cures, but indeed something else will pop up in its place. Humankind is not being punished in any way. This is just natural, evolution, natural, the way things go.